week 17. Week 17 was a good week. It was a hard week, but it was a good week. So I turned over at 17 weeks the Friday before my birthday, which was on a Tuesday. And that Monday, my best friend came into town. My sweet best friend, my sister, who was there to photograph the birth of Malachi. Actually, all of him outside of the womb, she got to photograph him for. So labor, birth, us in the hospital, and then when he passed and after he passed. And I cherish all the photos that she was able to take of him. I hold them so closely and dearly to my heart. So she came into town. She actually had a layover the Monday before my birthday, so the day before my birthday. And I always do like kind of like an impromptu photo shoot for my birthday. I've been doing it since I was turned 26, 25 or 26. I can't remember. And usually I'll just like take the pictures myself, or I'll have my husband Paul take them. But this year, it so happened that my best friend was going to be in town, and I asked if it would be okay if we did a photo shoot. So it was really emotional. The photos, I will share a few of the photos and the little recap, for this last week, but it was as beautiful as it was heavy. And I would say this same thing about my birthday. That's how it felt too. But we had my ultrasound photos for Eden, and I also brought Malachi's urn as well with a couple pictures of him. And that duality of like having these pictures of me holding Malachi's urn. I just remember standing there. We rented out a photo studio for the hour, and we were standing in the studio, and Malachi's urn was, comfy in a safe little box that I put it in for travel. And I unwrapped it, and I just stared at it, and I was like, I can't believe this is my life, and this is my first birthday without him here. Last birthday, I was probably 33 weeks, and we decided to go on our baby moon for my birthday to Corpus Christi. It's a place that my husband went when he lived in Texas for a very short time when he was a kid. They went there in the summer, and it was, it's like a beautiful beach town. And so I got to take some really beautiful photos of me during our time there, like maternity photos at the beach. And that was really special. And I cherish those photos. And I have this vivid memory of Malachi just like kicking like crazy when we were like laying down at the Airbnb. And so it brought up a lot of that, because last year things were so good and so beautiful and so perfect. And then to be here with my son's urn, and I'm pregnant with his sibling, his sister, that I just never thought it would be, this way. And so I stood there, and I held his urn, and I just cried, and I showed off my bump a little bit, and Malachi's urn with Eden's ultrasound pictures and me holding them both. It was so beautiful. And of course this is my motherhood, so I have to show up authentically in it, but it is so difficult to sit there with my son's urn, hoping, wishing, thinking that I would have had it differently, that he would have been here taking these photos with me for my birthday, and I would have just been relishing in how beautiful he was and how much that he had grown and changed over the past 10, almost 11 months. And I had a very tiny bump, but it was coming in, it was coming through in the pictures. And so that was so sweet too. But it was a good day. It was a good day with my best friend, before I dropped her off at the airport later that night. But it was emotionally a lot. And then my birthday came, and it was absolutely beautiful here in Colorado. It was a gorgeous day. I usually travel somewhere tropical and beautiful for my birthday because I grew up in Minnesota and I always had cold winter birthdays. So it was nice, you know, not going anywhere this year, to have like a beautiful, low-key, warm Colorado birthday. And I met up with my cousin, who's, you know, from out of town, and we had a nice long chat, a long grief chat, because she's going through her own journey of grief as well. And got our matchas and walked around the lake, and then I went home and we watched my nephew every week. So I made goldfish from scratch, some sourdough goldfish, and prepared some matcha cookies, because that's what I wanted for my birthday, like dessert or whatever. And then we kept it really low key and went to In-N-Out because that's all I wanted. And my mom is a flight attendant, so she was out of town, and we decided to do something later on in the week, which we ended up getting Korean barbecue later that weekend, and it was really nice. But it was heavy, you know, it was heavy, and I was just feeling all the emotions, and it was special. You know, I felt Malachi all day long, and I got some kicks from Eden, and it was truly precious, but it was also very painful. And it was so gorgeous in the morning, and then I went to go walk the dogs later on in the day, and I remember praying, like, Lord, just, you know, if you could give me a sign to, like, from Malachi to remind me of just like how much you guys love me, and you know, he's with me, I would love that. And out of nowhere, the wind got really, really crazy when I was on the walk, and it got overcast, and it actually started to rain for a little bit, and it felt cleansing and beautiful, and like a nice little touch from Malachi. And I also saw a couple different yellow butterflies, not like out in the wild, like in the outside world or anything, but not in nature, but I did see them like when I was, you know, grocery shopping and stuff, like on labels and stuff. So that was really sweet. But overall it was beautiful, but it was hard trying to just balance those emotions out. Can be quite a lot. My bump is coming in a little bit more. Eden's been kicking. I wish she was kicking more, but I think maybe where my placenta is probably maybe like delaying things. And I have to remember too that like, I was really like, kind of like, is that like, I was feeling Malachi kicking already last time at this point, but it was definitely like uncertain and speculative and kind of like far and few between still. And so I'm really trying to hold space for that, while also just being conscious of like, you know, if I really need to hear Eden's heartbeat, I can reach out to my midwife, and she'll have me come over and we'll just listen to it really quick. But yeah, overall it was a beautiful week full of sunshine. I got on a lot of walks and celebrated my birthday, and you know, it was a lot, but it was beautiful too. And Paul delivered some flowers to me, and my midwife dropped off some flowers, and I had a lot of love and support. So it was really good. I haven't shared online, like on social media publicly, that we are pregnant yet. I kind of wanted to see how I felt, see where, you know, or when, or if I wanted to share, or just to like hold Eden close, you know, in a very special and intimate way. And most of the people that need to know already know, or not need to know, but like that I've wanted to tell already know. And so I was thinking maybe around Malachi's birthday is maybe when I would announce. Who knows? I'm not sure how I feel, but I'm grateful for every moment with this little girl, and it's an honor to love somebody so much that you are so worried about losing them. But I'm trying to remember to surrender and to have hope. And those are two really difficult things for me to have, but we're doing the best we can. So here's to week 17.
Sicker than you know. Killed a bird without a stone. Talk to throw a bone.